Do you love layering stencils but struggle deciding on what colors to use for each layer? Hello and welcome to Karen's Creative Cards on YouTube. I am Karen Hashik, and in this video I'm going to share some great tips on how to find perfect color combos for layering stencils. My first tip is to check the stencil itself and the company it is from for color suggestions. This is the new Postage Collage Cupcake Stencil from Waffle, and right on the stencil it suggests that on the first layer we use a light pink, and then a teal, and a pink and yellow and green, and the cake colors. So the first one I followed their color suggestions and made this cute birthday card very easily. Now, I belong to the Waffle Sneak Peek Club, and this is what we got in our February kit. So all of these products are going to be coming out very shortly, but in the Sneak Peek kit club, we get an early time to play with them. So we got the Postage Collage Cupcake Stencil set, and then we got these stamps, which are perfect for the postage collages, some sentiments, and the overlapping Happy Birthday die and stencil set. And in the kit we also get 2 more color combo suggestions that we know are going to work beautifully because there's a card sample. It's only $30 a month, and I think it's a great bargain and a fun way to get products that are coming out shortly. Another company that's great at color suggestions is Concord and 9th, and they have a place right on their website where you can go, and I have a link in my description box to a page on their website with many color combinations. This is a kit that color combination I got in a kit that for an online class, so I knew these colors were going to work beautifully. So I made a couple cards with those colors. This was the first one. There's a new Postage Collage Spring Breeze stencil set that I got, and so I made this with these colors from Concord and 9th, and I also made this with it. Now, of course, all the samples that you see, there's links in the description box to my blog posts, as well as to the products featured. Pinterest is another great place to look for color combination suggestions. You can search for ideas from scratch or with 1 or 2 of the starting colors. I found a suggestion of teal, orange, and green there, and even those are not colors I would normally put together. I love how this card turned out with that color combination I found on Pinterest. I also have a link in the description box to my own color combos Pinterest page if you'd like to see some more. My best suggestion for help with color combos is Sarah Ranae Clark's Color Cube. Each box has hundreds of color combinations suggested with inspirational pictures. I put some of my favorites into a couple photo albums, and so whenever I'm looking for ideas I just start going through these. Sometimes I know I want to start with maybe a light blue, and here's some color selections to go with that. Or sometimes I just don't even know where to start, and I start looking and something will jump out at me. So for the card that I'm going to make with you today, I picked number 196, which has a light purple, a dark purple, a navy blue, and some greens. And that picture just tells me that's going to look beautiful together, and here are some other shades that you can use. So the first thing you need to do is pick inks that match that pretty closely. I have a light purple, the shaded lilac. I have a darker purple from Simon Hurley. I have a midnight snack, dark blue from Simon Hurley, and then I have a key lime from Pink Fresh. So those are going to be the colors that I'm going to use. I'm going to make a card with the beautiful Postage Collage Spring Breeze stencil from Waffle, and there are 5 layers here that make coloring very, very simple, especially once you have a good color combination that you want to use. So I have a blendable cardstock down on a sticky mat with the #1 stencil, and this one's going to be in the light purple. And of course you go in circular motions, and you can go both ways to get those filled in with a little bit of shading. I'm no good at regular coloring, but ever since layering stencils came out, I can do a pretty good job at coloring with them. So that's #1. And then we're going to take #2. Now there are index lines all around that help with lining this up, and it's the perfect size for an A2 card front. And their words also let you know that you have it the right way. And now I'm going to take the darker purple and once again go in circular motions and get some dark purple down for this part of the butterflies. Now we have #3, and this one is the flowers. And we're going to use the index lines to get those lined up. And these are going to be in a dark blue. And then I'm going to use a green and once again use the index lines to help line up, but also looking at the flowers you can tell that your stems and leaves are lined up. And now I'm going to use a key lime for the leaves. As you can see, these stencils line up beautifully and make coloring very, very easy. And #5 is the bodies of the butterflies and also the centers of the flowers. And I'm going to use the navy blue again, only just go even darker on that. So as you can see, that coloring went very quickly, and those color suggestions worked beautifully. I'm going to create a card with this using the Waffle Flower Postage Collage stencil. I think this looks beautiful, but I think when you cut it with this die, it makes it much more interesting. So we're going to run that through my die cutting machine, which is over to the side. But in the meantime, I'll show you that I created another one with these colors, and my idea was to cut out the letters H-U-G-S. We have a stencil and die set from Waffle Flower, and it's called Overlapping Paper Hugs Die and Stencil. So they give you the die that you can cut out, and then you can put those pieces back in and use these letters to come up with overlapping words, which is really clever, and I really like the look of that. So I'm going to say paper hugs on here, but I decided to cut out the matching stencils to create the hugs parts. So let's see if we can get this idea to work. So I need to get these out of here, and the easiest way to do that is just to drag a pokey through the holes. I think whenever you use this die, it just makes the card so much more interesting than just a plain stamp or stencil in the background. So I'm going to glue this outside piece on and then raise the other part. So the pattern continues from one into the other. Trying to get that lined up. And then this part's going to be raised using pop dots, whatever I find here. I didn't get those out in advance, so I'm getting out whatever I can find, but these should work fine. Okay, we're gonna line that back up. Stand to get it. Oh, that's upside down, isn't it? Good thing I noticed that. Now it's lining up. So I cut the HUGS out of this one, which would be identical to this in color, and I have it on foam here to pop it up. Okay, and I kind of want the pattern to flow from one to another. We're going to try to do that anyway. Kind of the eclipse look. Sometimes getting that paper off the sticky back is the hardest thing to do. Alright, this is right there. So it's kind of the eclipse look that the pattern is going to flow from the background into those letters. And then I have paper hugs. If I can get that tape off the back. So there's our finished card. We have that beautiful color selection from the color cube and the word paper hugs with those beautiful waffle flower stencils. I love how this card turned out and how the others turned out with the various color combinations found at the company's website, Pinterest, and the Color Cube. I hope my cards inspire you to give some of the ideas and products a try and then send some colorful joy out into this world.